Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next episode review of Train to the End of the World, episode 11. Part of me is sad that this show is coming to an end, though, after one more episode, but you know what? I'm satisfied with Death because I am convinced that this is going to end on a one season, 12 episode, right? It's not going to be a second season, which I'm perfectly fine with, because by the end of the last episode next week is Yoka is gonna probably get, because the way things are, because in this episode they try to press the button, right? Nothing happens. So by telling me, I'm telling myself, like, okay, I think Yoka is going to be the one, because since she's the one who pressed the button and everything's been an affliction of her mind, right? So I figure if she has to press the button, everything will probably go back to normal, right? So that's what I mean. Like, I think that Yoka is gonna be the one to press the button and reverse things back to the way they was before, right? So of course I would like to have a good ending, right? But it would be although part of me is like I'd be fine with a ballsy ending if nothing works and things stay the same, right? I mean, that would be I know I probably was I guess some people like bad endings, but I would have been surprised and fine with if they did with that route, though. But I'm like, okay, we need to have the happy ending where everything goes back to normal, and Shizuru and Yoko make up, right? So, I'm pretty convinced that she's gonna press the button that things will go back to normal when the last episode happens. But for now, though, already by the start of this episode, I'd expect them all to just arrive on our characters just arrive there in Ikebukuro already on the train, and already I didn't expect them to find Yoka right away, because of Pochi, the Men in Black, Mr. Clean guy, sees them and says, "Hey," Shizuru is like, "Hey, I'm looking for someone," and there they are, and there she is, Now, of course, that she doesn't recognize them. And she's gonna say, "Do you know us? Are you still mad?" And he's like, "What? Mad? Do I know you?" Even she doesn't even Pochi, the dog, knows it's her though. But Yoka's like, "Oh, Pochi, I used to have a dog. I used to have a dog named Pochi," and then Pochi's face is like, "Huh?" He's shocked that she doesn't recognize him either. So even Pochi has a shocked look on his face of that he's not being recognized either. That kind of made me a little laugh right there, But the thing is, though, whenever she starts to remember something, she starts to like. I'm not saying like self-destruct though, but those powers that she had from before, right? When that guy, the angry guy, when she turned into soup, right? Whenever she starts when she starts to remember something from her past, she starts to glow and using her powers, right? But not remembering calms her down and not using it. So I mean, yeah, it was like finally, yeah, you got a reunion, but it's not the welcome back party you expected, right? So yeah, she's not remember anything, but when she tries to remember them, it's like she's on the verge of self-destructing, basically. But not remembering just calms her down. So, and then the guy, the 7G guy, Poltia, whatever, and his little army of flunkies, bucketheads. I think they were bucketheads. Oh, they were like buckets or bags or masks, something like that. So they have no choice, but they have to run away. They get back on the train, reversing out of back to from the last stop they were. And then we get more of this more ridiculous things, because in this world anything is anything, right? They get a message from Zinjiro and the scientist lady, right? Because now they're saying like slice some bitter melon, which it does kind of play a central part, with a couple of things recently with these bitter melons, especially with Yoka. Oh, what I remember these, But slicing a bitter melon, and you can use one end with the vine still attached, right? You can use it as a phone, because we see that the vines are wrapped around the rails, So they can establish communication with Zinjiro and the scientist lady from there. I'm like, okay, it's whatever. It's the logic in this world is out the window, right? So, yeah, you probably can still communicate with the rails, though, despite the tracks being gone from a while back. But okay, since the vine's around the rails, you can use it use Bitter Melon as a phone now. Like I said, the wackiness of this, the weirdness of this world, the logic is out the window. So they tell her, saying that maybe Yoka is the one because they see the guy. They mentioned about Pentora, the 7G guy, right? Because the scientists, remember that the flashback, the scientist knew was involved in that 7G right from a while ago. And they do kind of make the establishment that the guy takes no responsibility for his actions, which, yeah, because he was telling Mr. Clean or Mr. Clean, like, he doesn't want to change the world the way it is because he doesn't want to admit that he's the failure of this. He doesn't want to take no responsibility for anything, so he's a coward. Trying to say, it's the princess and all that stuff, all that nonsense, So they try to, and also the zombie queen, forgot her name though, but zombie queen and her horde shows up. They're gonna help. Okay, they're gonna help her. They're gonna help them. They need to get the button, so they're trying to find where the button is. So since the zombies kind of try to sense where it's at, though, at first they go to this shopping mall, right, where they see how zombie sees. Remember, the weaknesses is lingerie, so they try to get rid of him, And they see more stuff, and they finally see the button in the middle of this pond. And then that's where the Pentora, the 7G guy, his army comes in, and Mr. Clean comes in, Mr. Crow Clean, because he's a Crow member, starts fighting them. Even though he still questions, though, he doesn't want to do it, but he has to do what he says, though. So he fights them, brings them down, but Akira and Zombie Queen, they press a button, thinking that something has worked, though, but it didn't, though. It didn't work. So then they see 7G guy and Yoka go on another, like, a rail train as well. And so, leading, basically, them are being captured, because Mr. Crow, Mr. Clean, knocks, has Shizuru in a chokehold, puts her out, Remy is down, and same with, I always forget who's the third girl, not Akira, but the other one. You think after 11 episodes I should know the name by now? Stupid me, There. I cut it because I was begin to know if I can't remember names. Yeah. So the other one, Hoshi, is her name. Hoshi. Who's always very polite, yes. Hoshi. Akira, Remy, Hoshi, Shizuru. There you go. So they're all down. Let's say Akira was... The Zombie Queen pushed the button, but the other ones are down thanks to Mr. Clean, Crow. So, I mean, this episode has been... Yeah, it was great and all that. So they find. Like I said, I didn't expect them to get there right away and find Yoka right away. But ultimately, my prediction is when last episode 12, there's gonna be still trying to convince her who she is, and ultimately she's gonna press the button and set the way things were before. I'm assuming that's going to be it, or then the last maybe 2 or few more minutes of the episode will probably just be going back to their daily lives again. That's what I think. So, but regardless, I look forward to the last episode because this has been a really awesome show to watch. It's been the anime of the season. So, if there's anything else I've seen this year, I'd probably say, but it's too early to say though, because there's still more later on half this year to go though. But if there hasn't surpassed the likeness than this though, then probably this will be the anime of the year for me probably. But we got half a year to go, and some other shows I probably would like to watch though. So, but this has been right up there, I mean, this season has been really great. Look at this show, Go-Go-Loser Ranger, Kaiju number 8. And sadly, though, Mission Yozakura Family, which I stopped reviewing, though, but that's been a fun show, too, over the top as well, though. And some other ones from earlier, like with Chain Soldier. Of course, Soul Leveling has been awesome, too, though. So, yeah, and I think about it, yeah, Soul Leveling. is right up there with Train to the End of the World and Kaiju number 8 and Go Lose a Ranger, Soul Leveling as well. So yeah, but episode, like I said, Yoko's eventually gonna remember. Like I said, if he tries to remember, she's gonna probably start self-destructing and increase her powers even more and go ballistic, with her powers. But yeah, but it's like, oh, finally, at last, we finally get to see her again. But she doesn't remember, and if she does, she'll try to kill you. So yeah. But episode 11 is another one that gets, once again, 10 out of 10 episode. But now, sadly, next week it all comes to an end with this 12th episode. No second season. I'm very convinced that it's not. So, which I'm perfectly fine with. As much as other shows I like to see more stuff to it, though, but there are times I can make exceptions, though. But this, I can make an exception that no second season for this, because things are going to end the way things are, and that's that. So I look forward to it, but episode 11 was great otherwise. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see you next time. Later.